Hello and welcome back to Back Talk Team. For those of you who don't know, we're on every Sunday night at 7:30, and we are back with Jim McCue, who is a comedian. So
yes,
welcome.
Hello. Thank you for
Jim.
having me. I'm the only one. Well, I have a UPS outfit. I guess that's what we're going to say this is. Like a UPS man.
So thanks for coming.
What do you guys got against a 50-year-old trick-or-treating? I'm going to get some candy on the way home. They give up the candy when I show up at the door. I'm 6'6". Bing, bing, trick-or-treat. They give me money, jewelry, candy.
Yeah.
Whatever you say, whatever you
Must be
say.
effective. So so we were talking about donating candy to the military, but you actually give some comic acts to the military. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. I started entertaining the troops in 1999. That's about, it's a long time ago. Back in the 1900s, before your time. And I've been going every year since. I've seen a lot of places I probably wouldn't have seen if it were not for the military. I've been to Bosnia and Kosovo.
Is this through like the USO or what?
Yeah, I did some for the USO, but a lot of it's Department of Defense, morale, welfare, and recreation. Yeah, so I've been to Iraq and Afghanistan and Korea and name it. I've been there. There's troops there. I've been there.
Wow.
So it's a lot of fun, yeah. I mean, when else do you get to ride in a helicopter?
I have never ridden in a helicopter.
Yeah,
I'd like to do that.
They can sign you up, and they will let you ride in that helicopter, boy. They even they'll pick out your clothes for you.
See, but you have to be a good comic, and that's where
Oh no, I'm not
that's
talking
where
about
I fall
comedy.
out.
I'm talking about one of these guys.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
No, thank you.
Sure.
So you were also on the TV show Last Comic Standing.
I was.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It was a minute of glory on Last Comic Standing. I was in 2 years ago. They had me on, and they actually used a lot of my comedy for their national radio show, and I went on, and Fred Willard and a couple other people I know. One of the people who's going to be at the Boston Comedy Festival, Andy Kindler, was one of the judges as well. And it was a lot of fun. It was great. I was surprised how many people actually saw it. It's,
I've heard of it.
You've heard of it? Okay, all right.
I've heard of it too. You mentioned the Boston Comedy Festival. Tell us a little bit about that. Are you performing? Who else?
I'll be performing. Well, we have a lot of great acts. We have Judah Freelander, who's 30 Rock. And Andy Kindler, who's an amazing comedian, who was one of the judges of Last Comic Standing, but also in his own right, very, very funny guy. And we have a $10,000 contest. We have 96 comedians that are all going to compete for that at the Cutler Majestic Theater. No, I'll be hosting it. And just bringing the comedians up and getting out of the way. And we're giving away awards. Jonathan Katz, I don't know if you guys remember Dr. Katz on Comedy Central. We're giving him a Lifetime Achievement Award, and Billy Burr is getting a Comedian of the Year Award. He's been on HBO and everything else. Huge comedy fans, I can tell right away. Never heard of it. No, not at all.
I have an actual doctor called Dr. Katz.
You do?
Yes,
is he a
I
cartoon?
do.
Does he?
No.
No.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Okay.
That'd make the doctor's appointments a lot better, though.
Okay. Cool. And so this is it. Halloween big extravaganza. They don't give you candy to
I wish.
your
If you
show.
want them to-
I mean,
if you
you
want
think
to
the guests
persuade
would
them
at
to
least
give
get
some
some candy here? Yeah. Should be in the green room.
Guys,
Maybe you should have a green room.
I know.
Maybe you start there and then get candy for the green room.
You're leaving us out. You need to give us some candy, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys already, you guys are you've decided you're past the point of trick or treating.
Yeah.
High school.
It's not that I don't celebrate Halloween. I mean, I think I'm going to a party or at least just hanging out, but I don't think I should be knocking on people's doors saying trick or treat.
I think there's a service to be had because you folks have done years of research, you don't even know it, in trick-or-treating, and you know where the good houses are.
That's true.
I know
So
the bird lady.
if you're enterprising, you would make a map of who gives out the full-size candy bars. You know,
That'd be good.
skip the creepy apple lady. Right?
Well, I've got the bird lady.
The bird lady. Tell us about the bird lady.
She brings you into her house. You go down into her
See,
basement.
okay, just can I raise my hand as a guy who's seen horror movies for many, many years? You never go in the bird lady's house. They invite you in the house. You never go
She's
in the house.
not crazy though.
You put the candy in the bag and you run.
She's not nuts though. I mean, she's not like a crazy bird lady. She takes you into her house. You go down. You see all her birds, which are like nicely kept. It's a very nice little bird room, and then she gives you a pencil. Seriously, no candy. And I went to that house twice before I decided no.
In my day, I was quite a trick-or-treater, and I got to tell you about 3 things that are wrong with that whole thing. The time that you expend talking to her and looking at her birds for a pencil, you lost at least 50 pieces of candy if you were running. You want to just run. You don't even want to say hi. You want the door open, drop it in the bag, cut across the front yards. He'll be one of these guys who goes back down the sidewalk and walks around. You got to cut right across the yards. You will lose a few friends to dogs. That's acceptable losses.
There were some dogs at one house once. That was scary.
Yeah.
I like dogs.
Then of course you have them screaming, "Get off the grass!"
I love dogs. You just got to be faster than your friend. And you're fine. And
Good
rule.
Any Halloween
You give
moments?
a Charlie horse in the leg, say limp a little bit, the dog takes them down, you're on to getting more candy.
Any Halloween memories like that? Really?
Not really sure. There used to be this really, really cool Halloween house that was all decked out with decorations down our street. And now I'm really upset because the people moved, and the people that live here now won't put up the decorations.
That always
sounds. Yeah, I feel so sad. But
So some people go crazy with the Halloween house. And they have every holiday they got a Groundhog Day.
But it was a tradition, and they would put
a grizzly bear and a garbage barrel out front.
Yeah.
That's not great.
I don't know.
I know someone that actually
I'm baking this fresh for you people. I don't know.
they have contests to see who can make the most kids cry on Halloween.
Are you kidding?
No. Honestly,
Oh my
I'm not.
Who has these contests?
I'm not going to name names. Let's just put it that way.
It's called surprise quiz at every house. There's going to be a test. No, you don't have those.
We've sort of got some decorations. Our dry ice is done steaming and is more like fizzling.
Listen, you guys not only have surprise ice, you have a surprise ice sponsor.
Who sponsors our ice?
They will put it up on the screen if they're awake back there at any moment now. Oh, Jim McCue sponsored it apparently. Yes, go to jimmccue.com for your free.
Ice.
Your free.
Is that
Acme
real
Ice?
business?
Yeah, that sounds like an alibi. Right
Exactly.
The Acme Ice. There's a coyote with a
Wile
large
Coyote's
slingshot.
Yes.
Okay.
Wile E. Coyote does our marketing here at YBA.
Awesome. There's a rocket pack here if you also want to.
And an anvil.
This guy's good. The force is strong with this one. Yes.
All right, so you also have a website, jimmcque.com.
Yes, jimmcque.com.
And you have live podcasts from there.
I do. I don't know how live they are. They're newly dead.
Newly, okay.
Zombie
Yes,
podcast.
freshly, zombie
For
podcast.
Halloween.
Very good
Yes,
for
I
Halloween.
will have
What
to.
do you talk about?
I talk about, I interview comedians, and I talk about places I've been. I do man on the street kind of things. I go and torture people at job fairs, and I think I'm going to go down. I want to go to this Occupy
It's a lot of fun.
Boston thing. Yeah. It's good. And you
There's
went
a
down
couple
there.
crazies, but I mean, most of them know what they're talking about.
See, I seek out the crazies.
You know what
That's
scared me?
why I'm here,
Comedy.
basically.
You
That's
might
why
have
I'm
seen
here.
watching the piece, the guy with the mask, the bandana mask. That just scared me. He said
Yeah.
he wanted to assist in the revolution. That's downright scary.
Yeah, we got to run him through the metal detector, I think. Gotta check him out. No?
Yeah, I think
At the
so.
airport.
I like a guy who's scared by a guy who covers his face during an interview, but yet wears a boa on his TV show. I like that.
Not a boa, a bua.
A boa. Okay, very good.
This has
Very
been
good.
clear of that.
Very good.
All right, well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having
joining
me.
us, Jim McCue.
Thank you.
And thank you all for watching tonight's edition of Back Talk Teen here on YBA. For Julia and Kirby and Jim and everyone else, I'm Evan Berkowitz, YBA News. Good night.
Look both
Happy
ways before
Halloween.
crossing the street.
Don't slip on wet leaves. Don't eat candy that's been opened.
Don't wear all black
Bring a
costumes.
flashlight.
Flashlight, no
Bring a
marijuana
flashlight.
candy.
No marijuana candy.
candy.
Uh-uh.
That's a big one.
And don't leave your host hanging.